So guys, now we'll be starting with the development of our level 1 application. So I think I already showed you the architecture of level 1 application. So if you don't remember, again I will show you like how this level 1 architecture looks like, and inside level 1 architecture what are the components actually we develop. Okay, so first of all I will give you the overview, then we'll be developing couple of project. Okay, then I think this part would be more clear. So guys, I think remember this is the architecture I showed you. So this is the level 1 architecture. So inside level 1 architecture, we have actually three kinds of component, like our LLM, then orchestration framework and vector database. So LLM wise, you can use any kinds of LLM, whether you can use OpenAI LLM, you can also use Grok API to access different open source model, but I'm going to use OpenAI model because I already told you OpenAI model is the best model so far. And orchestration framework wise, actually you can use LangChain. You can also use llamaindex, but llamaindex we haven't learned, so I will also show you the llamaindex. Okay, you can also use llamaindex here. Then vector database. So some of the application needs vector database, some of the application you don't need to use the vector database. Okay, let's say you want to create a basic chatbot. Okay, in case actually vector database is not required, you can directly use the LLM. Okay, but if you want to create a custom chatbot which will work on top of your custom data, that time vector database is required. Okay, now inside level 1 architecture, I don't have any kinds of UI. Okay, user interface. So if you're adding the user interface, so it will become level 2 architecture. So first of all, let's try to see the level 1 architecture, how it can be developed. Then I will also show you the level 2 architecture as well. And level 1 architecture we usually develop as a developer at the very first time. Okay, whenever let's say we are experimenting with our application and all. Okay, then you will be implementing the level 2 architecture just to show to your manager, or let's say to your customer, so that if they're let's say satisfying with the project or not, and if they're satisfying with the project, then you'll be starting with the final development, which is nothing but level 3 application development. So let's see some demo of level 1 application. So guys, now we'll be implementing one chatbot project with the help of level 1 architecture. So as you can see, I already prepared all the code material and everything, because so far in detail I have explained each and everything. So I think you are already familiar with LangChain, okay, and its component. So that's why I'm not going to write the code from scratch. Okay, so I prepared all the content for you. So I will show you step by step, okay, how it can be developed, and I will explain the code. So you can see guys, this is the entire implementation. So here I implemented the notebook as well as the .py file. Okay, so first of all, try to understand the notebook, and if notebook understanding is clear, then you can execute the .py file, because whatever things I have written inside notebook file, the same thing I have written inside .py file. So whenever you are implementing the project in the, let's say, production, so that time actually you will be using .py file. Okay, not Jupyter notebook file. Jupyter notebook file is only for the experiment purpose. Got it? And how to set up the project, I already told you. So everything I have written in the readme file. First of all, you have to create an environment, then activate the environment, then try to install the requirements. Okay, inside requirements, I have already mentioned all the requirements you need to run this project. Okay, so whatever project actually I'm going to show you, so the same structure actually I'm going to show you. So it will have the requirement.txt file, so you have to install it. Okay, for all the project. So I'm not going to repeat again, that's why I told you. So whatever project actually I'm going to share with you, so try to install the requirements, then try to execute the project. So open up your terminal, activate the environment, and try to install the requirements. Okay, for me I have already done, so I'm not going to install it again. So first of all, let me open the simple chatbot ipynb file. So I'm going to show you two kinds of actually let's say chatbot implementation. One is the simple chatbot with a memory, and another one is like advanced chatbot with a memory. Okay, so here advanced wise we'll be using the session memory. Okay, I'll tell you what is session memory exactly, and this is what we'll be implementing. It's a simple chatbot, okay, with a memory, and we'll also save the memory, okay, in a file. So it's not actually temporary memory, we'll be creating as a permanent memory. So again, I have given the introduction of the project. Okay, you can read it. So it's a detailed notebook actually I have prepared for you, so that it will help you a lot later on whenever you want to, let's say, revise the content. Okay, now see, I already told you LangChain is also telling our legacy LangChain is not deprecated yet. So for some cases actually you have to use the legacy LangChain as well. It's not like that everything will be creating with the help of latest LangChain, which is nothing but second generation of LangChain, LCL. So there are so many projects actually will be implementing with the help of legacy LangChain as well. So it doesn't matter whether I'm using legacy LangChain or like latest LangChain, at the end the concept will remain actually same. Okay, the concept actually I taught you so far, it will remain same. So some of the project actually I'll be using the legacy LangChain, some of the project will be using the latest LangChain. Okay, so yeah, so if you are using the legacy LangChain, so I think you know you will be getting a warning, deprecation warning. So if you want to, let's say, ignore that warning, you can execute this line of code. So basically it will actually stop the warning. Okay, whenever you are executing the cell, it will not show the warning. So for this, I'm going to execute this line of code. So but before that, I have to select my kernel. So and this is my kernel. Okay, now let me execute. Okay, fine. Now the next thing, I have to load my OpenAI API key. Okay, so to load the OpenAI API key, I'll execute this code. So you can see I have also written some of the command. Let's say you are running this notebook in the Google Colab or any other platform. In case also, you can also install these are the package from the notebook itself. So for this, you have to execute these are the command. But as of now, I have commented out because I'm showing you each and everything on my local machine. Okay, so everything we have installed in our requirement.txt file. So you can ignore this part. Now the next thing, we'll be loading our chat completion model. So in case actually we'll be using GPT 3.5 turbo model. See, it's loaded. Now, first of all, let's do the invoke operation. Okay, actually the LLM actually I created. First of all, I will send a message and I'll test whether it's working fine or not. So for this, this is the prompt I have prepared. My favorite color is blue. Okay, you can see this is a human actually prompt. That's why I'm giving my favorite color is blue. Now let me execute. Now this message actually you can pass to the LLM, and how we can pass with the help of invoke function. So if I do the invoke operation, so it will give me the response, and the response would be in a AI message format. Okay, now see, blue is the such as now you can see this is the response I'm getting. Blue is such an calming and peaceful color, blah blah blah. Okay, great. That means it's working fine. And if you want to trace this application with LangSmith, guys, what you have to do, I think you remember I already showed you one LangSmith demo. So there actually you just need to set some environment variable. Okay, and one actually parameter you have to set tracing is equal to true, and it will automatically start tracing, okay, everything inside LangSmith platform. So this thing I already showed you in my ecosystem actually session. So please try to check that ecosystem session. Okay, you'll be able to trace all the experiment, okay, all the, let's say, execution in the LangSmith platform. So here I'm not going to add the LangSmith, but if you want, you can also add the LangSmith here. Fine. Now the next prompt actually I'm giving, what is my favorite color? So I think you remember, as of now, we haven't added any memory into our application. So definitely it won't be able to give me the response like my favorite color, because this is what actually we're executing directly, okay, to my large language model. So we have initialized the model and we are asking the question. So here I haven't added any kinds of memory. Now see, if I ask this question, so it will give me I am sorry. So it is not sure actually about my favorite color. Now let's add the memory to our chatbot, and I already showed you how to add the memory with the help of LangChain. So in case actually you can use something called conversation buffer memory. Okay, I already told you. So here you can see I'm importing some of the package like LLM chain, and here we are using the legacy LangChain. That's why you are using this like LLM chain. Okay, I think I already showed you different chains are available. Okay, inbuilt chains. And if you want to create with the help of this one, LangChain expression language, that time you have to use the pipe symbol. So see, if you want to use the memory, okay, memory functionality, so I have to use the legacy LangChain. I already told you, because it is still under development. Got it? So that's why I told you. Still LangChain is suggesting if you're implementing project, so sometimes you have to use the legacy LangChain, sometimes you have to go with the second generation of LangChain. So in case actually we're using the legacy LangChain, so here we're importing all the necessary library like prompt template, human message. Okay, I think you are already familiar with these are the packages. Now let me import them. Now we are creating the memory object with the help of conversation buffer memory. And if you want to save in a file, okay, so you have to give this parameter file chat message history. So I've already imported from the LangChain. So here you have to give the file name. So here I'm giving file name is equal to message .json. So it will create a JSON file. Inside that it will save all the conversation. So it is no longer temporary memory. That means it can save everything as a permanent. If you're closing your application also, it can remember. Now memory key is equal to message. Definitely whatever message actually it is giving, that should be the memory key. That means it will save these are the information. So you have to give this parameter and return message is equal to true. So now let me create the memory object. Fine. Now see, when I execute it, so it will create a JSON file, and by default it would be empty. So whenever we'll execute the prompt, you'll see that it will add all the response here. So here let's create the prompt template. So here I'm creating the prompt template. Input variable should be content and message. Okay, that means content means whatever content user will pass, okay, as an input, and message means whatever response actually we are getting. So it will also save that, okay, in the memory. That's why we are giving these are the parameter. Now let's create the prompt. Okay, prompt template. Now finally we will be creating the chain. So here we are using the LLM chain. The chain actually we have imported. Inside that we are passing the LLM, that means my large language model, then prompt, then memory. Now let me create the chain. Now let's do our first inbox. So here I'm giving hello. Okay, now see, content I've given hello. Message, initially actually inside my message there is nothing. Okay, like the first execution there is nothing. Okay, that's why it's empty. Now this is the response actually I got. Hello, how I can assist you. Now let's see if I do the second invoke operation. Let's say my name is Bappy, and now you can see that inside message my previous conversation has been saved. You can see the input I have given hello, and I got the output hello, how I can assist you. Okay, see, this entire let's say response has been saved inside my message right now. Now if I show you, okay, see, okay, you can see that hello, input is equal to hello, and output I got how I can assist you. Hello, how I can assist you today. Okay, and some metadata also. So I don't need the metadata, I only need these are the information if I want to, let's say, remember my previous conversation and all. Got it. So you can see the entire text here. Now this is the current response I got. Nice to meet you, how I can actually help you today. Okay, now if I ask, let's say what is my name, so definitely it will able to remember because it has the memory. Okay, it has the permanent memory right now. So see, the previous conversation it has saved, and this is the current one. Your name is Bappy. Okay, now if I open it up, now see all the messages, all the responses actually it has saved in the JSON file. So it is no longer actually temporary memory. Okay, it's a permanent, it has become a permanent memory. Now if you are closing your application also, and again you are executing from here, okay, it will still remember your conversation because everything it has saved in the memory. Got it? So that's how actually we can create a simple chatbot, okay, with a memory. And this is what actually we use, something called conversation buffer memory. Now I'll show you how we can create the session memory. For this we'll be using this notebook, and see, for this notebook I created a .py file. Okay, so whatever, let's say, code I have executed in the ipynb file, the same thing I have written in the .py file. And if I want to execute this file, what I have to do, guys, I have to open up my terminal and just write this command python, let's say 001. So, that means the file name, simple chatbot.py. Now if I execute, see, everything will execute. Okay, see, one by one. So you can test. Okay, so I'll leave this file to you, so you can execute this code actually as per your requirement. Let's say you can comment some of the line. Okay, let's say some of the line isn't required, that time you can comment and you can test the entire application. Okay, so okay, fine. Now let's see the second notebook, advanced chatbot. Okay, so here we'll be creating the session memory. So again, I'll be executing this line. If I am using the legacy LangChain, so it will stop the deprecation warning. Let's load my OpenAI API, then I will load my chat model. Then let's say I will do the conversation with my LLM. So I'll give the first prompt, my color is blue. If I do the invoke operation, again I'm getting the response. If I ask, let's say, what is my color, definitely it won't be give you the response because you haven't added the memory channel. Okay, now we'll be adding the session memory. For this we'll be using chat message histories. I think I already told you, okay, in the permanent memory section. So this is what actually we'll be using. Now see, for this you have to create a dictionary, empty dictionary, and you have to import these at the library, okay, from the LangChain. Now here you have to create a function called get session history. Now the function you have created, you have to pass to the runnable with message history, okay, in this particular function. So here I have given my model, the model actually I have initialized, as well as the function actually I have created. Okay, now this will become my, okay, this will become my chain. Let me show you. Now before executing that, first of all I have to create the configuration, that means session. So what is the session? I already told you. Session means, let's say, it will create a different session for different user. Let's say Bappy is coming, Bappy is the user. Whatever conversation Bappy will do, it will only, let's say, work with the Bappy user. That means Bappy can access the previous history. Let's say there is another user called Alex. Alex can't access my, let's chat history. Okay, for him actually it will create a completely new session ID. Okay, I think in the chat GPT also they use the same thing. So let's say this is my 001, that means the first user. Okay, now here I'm asking my favorite color is red, and here I'm passing the session ID. Now it will give me the response, and this will become a chain right now. Okay, the things you have created here. Okay, now see, here I got the response. Now again I'm asking what is my favorite color, and I'm giving the session 1. Okay, that means the same user, so definitely it will return my favorite color is red. Okay, you can see it seems like your favorite color is red. Okay, now let's change the session ID. So let's say here I've given 002 right now. So it will create a completely new session ID. Okay, now if I'm asking what is my favorite color and I'm giving the session 2, okay, now see, definitely it won't be able to give me the response. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, now again what I can do, I'll initialize my session 1, and now if I pass session 1 and if I ask what is my favorite color, it will give me the answer. See, I apologize for the confusion. Your favorite colors is red. Okay, so that's how, if you want to create a different session ID for different user, you can use this particular approach, and you can use this chat history. Okay, that means the memory I showed you. Okay, this one, chat history. I think I imported here. Chat message history. Okay, this one. So likewise, I already added some of the more example you can execute from your end. Okay, so yes guys, this is called actually level 1 architecture. That means here we don't have any kinds of user interface. So everything we are performing on the code. Okay, and we are playing with our architecture. So that means we are actually experimenting our project if everything is working fine or not. Okay, from our developer side. So yes guys, that's how you can implement the level 1 architecture. So here you don't need to implement any kinds of UI. Okay, so everything will be writing in the code. I will show you some more project with the help of this level 1 architecture. Now the next project will be implementing called key data extraction. So what is key data extraction? That means, let's say you have some actually unstructured text. So from that unstructured text, actually you want to extract some relevant information. Let's say the first name, last name, okay, country. So these are the information let's say you want to extract. So that time actually you can implement this particular application. So again, it's a level 1 application. So this is the entire implementation. So first of all, you have to install the requirements. Okay, after that just select the environment and try to execute the cell one by one. And again, whatever code I have written here, so everything is mentioned in the .py file. Okay, so you can also execute the .py file. So first of all, let me show you the notebook experiment. So first of all, let me load the OpenAI API key. Then if you are running from the collab notebook, you can execute this at the cell, but I will skip and I will load my LLM model. Now here I have created a class. I think, remember guys, I already showed you this example with the help of Pydantic. Okay, Pydantic package. So with the help of Pydantic, you can specify actually the type, okay, the format, the things actually want. So the things actually want from your large language model, you can also define. So for this, we created a custom class and we inherited with the base model, okay, from the Pydantic. Got it? Now inside that, I'm just telling I need the name of the person. Okay, let's say if I'm giving any unstructured text, so in that text, if let's say any name is exist, okay, I need the name. Then I also need the last name. Okay, that means the first name and last name. And then I also need the something called country. So in case actually you can also extract the age, salary, okay, designation, company. So you can add, okay, one by one inside this class. So whatever things you will be mentioning here, it will try to extract these are the information. So let me initialize this class. Now I will define the extractor. For this, again, I'm importing my chat prompt template. Okay, now here I'm creating the prompt template and here I've given my prompt. This is the system prompt. You are an expert extractor algorithm. Only extract the relevant information from the text. Okay, that's how we have given the prompt, and this is the human message. That means whatever human will provide the, let's say, text, it will extract from that particular text only. So let me create the template. Okay, now here you can see guys, I'm using the second generation of LangChain. That means LCL. Okay, LangChain expression language. So that's why I told you some of the application you will be using legacy, some of the application you will be using the new LangChain. So here the chain actually I created prompt, then have given the LLM. Okay, then if I want to, let's say, pass any custom class, that means with a specific format, let's say these are the information I want. So in case actually you can use this function with structured output. Okay, inside that just pass that class name. Now let me create the chain. Then this is the comment, let's say. So this is one comment actually I have written, and in this comment actually you can see the first name, last name, as well as the country is mentioned. And now let's try to see whether it is able to extract or not. So here I'll do the invoke operation, chain.invoke, and text is equal to, I've given the comment. Now it should extract the information. See, name Sarah, last name Johnson, country USA. So you can check it here. See, Sarah Johnson USA. Great. Now it is only working for the single name. Let's say you are having multiple name, multiple, let's say, country. At that time, what you can do, you can also add the multiple entities. For this, you can use this example. So again, I've created a class, and for multiple, you have to create another class called data. Okay, and inside that you have to pass the list. Okay, list type actually, let's say, object. Now let me initialize it. Okay, the same thing, only this class I have added here. Now again, I'll create the prompt and I will call this particular with a structure output, and inside that I'll pass the class. Okay, the class actually I have prepared. So you can see the class actually I have prepared. In this class, I'm calling this person class. Okay, as a list. That means I want to extract the multiple entity. Again, I've written a comment, and in this comment, some name and country is there. Okay, now let me execute. So it can also work with the single entity as well as the multiple entity. See, this is the single entity. Now you can see now type is a list. Okay, you can see it is returning as a list. Now let's see the actually multiple entities. So here I've given a reviews. I can see this is the entire reviews. So in this reviews, actually we are having multiple name and multiple country. So now let me do the invoke operation. See guys, so name Alice, last name Johnson, country Canada, then this is another person. Okay, Bob, last name Smith, and USA. Okay, so that's how you are having multiple, let's say, entity. It can also extract. So this is called actually key data extraction project. Okay, we have implemented with the help of level 1 architecture. So now we'll be implementing another amazing actually application called sentiment analysis with the help of level 1 architecture. So I think you already know what is sentiment analysis. Let's say there is a like sentence or let's say text. I just need to find a sentiment, whether it's a positive, negative, or neutral. Okay, so this thing actually will be implementing. So again, what you have to do to set up the project, just try to install the requirements. Okay, first of all, activate the environment, create the environment, activate it, and try to install the requirements. So for me, I already have everything. Now again, I have created the .py version of this project. Okay, that means whatever things I have written inside Jupyter Notebook, everything is available in the py file as well. So you can execute this py file. Okay, it's up to you. So let's see the notebook experiment. So first of all, I will load my OpenAI API key, and here I will load my LLM. Okay, and all the like detailed definition is already written in this notebook. You can read it. Okay, what is sentiment analysis and all. And now guys, this is the code you can see. So here you can also specify the format, like how like what is the output actually you want to get from your LLM. So for this, I already told you we can use the Pydantic. Okay, we can create our base class, and with the help of that we can mention the format. So you can see first of all I'm creating the prompt template. Okay, this is my prompt template. So extract the desired information from the following passes. Only extract the properties mentioned in the classification function. Okay, the classification function we have written. So these are the information I want. I need the sentiment. Okay, that means it will extract the sentiment of that text. Then I need the political tendency. So here the data actually I'm going to pass, it's a political data. So that's why I also want to understand the political tendency. If you're working with the, let's say, sports or let's say movies, okay, you can specify the tendency with respect to that. So here we'll be giving the political data. That's why I'm given the political tendency. And then we have given the language. That means the text actually we are passing. So whether it's English text or Spanish text, okay, it will also try to give me that language as well. Okay, so this is my custom class I have created. Now this is my LLM. Okay, I have created the LLM, you can see. And now if I want to use my custom class, what I have to do, guys, a previous project I told you, you have to use the with structured output. Inside that you have to pass your custom class. Then we have created the chain. Okay, you can see the prompt as well as the LLM. So let me create the chain. Now here I have one sentence. This is actually the reviews actually I collected from the Twitter. So let's say this tweet actually done by one Trump follower. Then again I collected another actually tweet from the Biden follower. So this is the Trump follower. You can see, you can read it. I'm confident that President Trump's leadership. Okay, so this is the like tweet I've collected, and this is the Biden follower. Okay, you can see. Okay, the Biden related tweet. Now let me mention all of them. Now first of all, let's pass the Trump follower tweet, and let's try to see the sentiment as well as the political tendency and English. So if I execute, so you can see sentiment is positive, political tendency is like pro-Trump, and language is English. Now if I give the Biden follower as well, now again it's a positive, political tendency is liberal. Okay, then text is English. Now you can also change the schema if you want. Let's say you need so here it is only giving the positive and negative. Okay, but let's say you also need the neutral, sad, okay, happy. If you want to specify, these are the sentiment. Okay, your custom sentiment, that time you can also mention inside this class. Now political tendency wise, you can also mention like different political tendency. Okay, you can also mention the language. Let's say you only want these are the languages, Spanish or English. Okay, now let me again create the class, and the same code I'll be executing. We are creating the like chain. Now we are passing the Trump follower. Now you can see now sentiment is happy, and it's conservative and language English. And if I give the Biden follower, happy, liberal, okay, and English. So yes, that's how we can perform the sentiment analysis. Okay, with our level 1 architecture. Now the next project we will be implementing question answer operation on the SQL database. So this is what we'll be implementing with the help of level 1 architecture, and here we are not going to implement any UI. And again, I have created the Python like .py version of this like project, so you can execute this as well. Okay, the things I have written inside my notebook, everything is mentioned inside. So everything is mentioned inside .py file as well. Okay, so this is what you can execute. I'll show you the notebook experiment. So first of all, let me select my kernel and make sure you execute, you install all the requirements, okay, of this project. So let me load my OpenAI API key. Then I will load my model. Then I need SQL database. Okay, so for this I have one data folder. Inside that I'm having actually you can see some custom data. So inside that I'm having one SQLite actually database file. So you can see straight tree db.sqlite. So inside that I am having some data stored. And SQLite is a local database, so everything it will store as in your local machine. Got it? So let's load this file. For this, you can see I have defined the path, and from LangChain actually I'm importing this SQL database. So with the help of this one, you can load this particular DB. Okay, I already told you about data loader inside LangChain. So we are having different data loader, and LangChain supports all kinds of data loader. Okay, you can connect database. Okay, anything you can connect here. Okay, everything is possible. Now you can see SQL database from URI. So from this URI, actually I'm loading the database. So with this SQL database, actually you can perform so many operations. So here the first thing I'm going to show you how we can actually, let's say, convert any natural language to the SQL query. Okay, so first of all, you have to import the chain from the LangChain. So create SQL query chain. So it is already available inside LangChain. Inside that you have to pass the LLM as well as the database object. Okay, now here I have called this particular chain. You can see I'm doing the invoke operation, and this is what actually I'm asking, how many spaces of the trees are in San Francisco. Okay, now what it will do, it will give me the SQL query like of this text. So if I execute, you can see this is the SQL query actually I got. Okay, so let's say you don't know how to write the SQL query. That time you can give the English text and it will automatically convert to the SQL query for you. Okay, now if you want to see the like prompt, so this is the prompt. You are an SQL expert. Okay, this is the default prompt. So this prompt is mentioned inside this particular chain. Okay, this create SQL chain SQL query chain. Inside this particular function, this prompt is mentioned. Okay, because this is a this is actually inbuilt actually chain. Okay, inbuilt chain. So inside inbuilt chain we already have this kinds of like let's say predefined prompt. Got it? Now let me show you another example. Let's say you want to execute SQL query, but you don't know the query. At that time, let's say you want to pass the English text, you can also pass. So for this, you can import this one, query SQL database tool, and you can define this create SQL query database. Okay, then just create this object, create SQL query chain, then call this one, query SQL database tool, and just try to create a chain. Okay, chain should be your write query. That means this create SQL query chain and the execute query. Okay, this one. Now if I perform the invoke operation, list the species of the trees that are present in San Francisco. Now see, it will list all the trees. Okay, all the trees species you can see. Okay, so instead of passing the SQL query, you can give the English text and it will give you all the response from the database itself. Got it? You can also translate SQL response to a natural language response. Okay, it is also possible. For this, you can use this code snippet. So I'm importing some necessary library, you can see. And again, I'm using LCL here. You can see like runnable pass through. Okay, str output parser I already explained. Now this is my database location. It is available inside data. Then I'm loading it. Then I'm initializing my LLM. This is the entire prompt I'm defining. Then I'm creating this object, write query and execute query. The same thing I showed you previously. Then this is the chain actually I'm creating. Okay, so you can see inside that I'm passing my query, execute query, then answer prompt, then LLM and output parser. Okay, now see if I just write this query, list the species in of trees that are present in San Francisco. So it will give you as a natural language output. So guys, you can see I got the natural language output. Okay, so yes, so that's how you can also work with the SQL actually database. So if you have SQL database or any other database, you can load it with the help of LangChain. You can perform the question answer operation on top of it. So let's see the next project we'll be implementing with the help of level 1 architecture. So guys, in this project, we'll be implementing one like QA application over the PDF file. So here we'll be loading a PDF file. On top of that, we'll be performing the QA operation. So again, we'll be using the level 1 architecture here. So here I already created this .py file. Inside that, I have already mentioned all the code. Okay, the code actually I'm running inside my Jupyter Notebook file. So after the Jupyter Notebook file, you can also execute this .py file. Okay, and how to execute, I already told you. Open up your terminal and execute Python this file name. Okay, it will execute that particular file. Now here, first of all, I will load my environment. Now let's load the OpenAI API key. I will load my LLM. Then I will load the PDF file. So here in the data folder, I'm having some PDF file you can see. So I'm loading this PDF file, be good PDF file. So let me load this PDF file. So it is available here, be good. So this is the PDF file. Okay. So inside that we are having some text. So let's load this PDF file. So how to load the PDF file, I already showed you. Okay, with the help of LangChain. So PDF loader we can use and load the PDF. So it is having 11 pages. Okay. Now, if you want to see the content as well as the metadata, you can also print it. So here I'm only showing you 100 word actually content. You can also see the entire content. For this, you can remove this particular line. Okay. Now, this application is going to be one RAG application because here we are using the custom data, right? So for this, let's load our vector database embedding. Okay, I already told you the RAG component. So here I'm using ChromaDB vector database, OpenAI embedding model, then recursive character splitter for the chunking operation. That means we have to create the small chunks, and this is the chunk size, this is the chunks overlap. Then we are splitting the documents, we're storing the data. That means embedding in the vector database, which is my ChromaDB. Then we are creating the retriever object. So let me execute. Now we'll be creating our final chain. So here we can create the chain. So here we'll be using create retrieval chain. Okay. So to create the chain, guys, you just need to import this to library and as well as the prompt template. So this is my entire prompt template. So this is my entire prompt, and here I'm creating the prompt template. Okay. Now you can see, first of all, I'm passing this LLM and prompt inside my create stuff document chain. Okay. Then this particular chain actually I'm passing to my create retrieval chain. Okay. This particular object. That means the retriever I created. Retriever means my vector store. And as well as I'm passing my question answer chain. Okay, the chain actually I've created. Now this is going to be my final chain. Okay, RAG chain. Now here I can perform the invoke operation. So here I'm asking what is the article about. That means I want to know about this article. The article actually I have loaded, so it should give me the answer. See, the easy, be good, Paul Graham discussed the importance of the creating something that people want and not worrying too much, making money. Okay, so this is the article all about. Now, if you want to see the results, so this is the entire results. That means this is the input you given, and this is the context. Okay, that means which document it is referring. Okay, which page it is referring. It will give you the entire documents. It will give you the entire metadata, and this is the response actually. Okay. And this is the response actually I'm getting, which is I'm extracting here. Got it? Now, if you want to see the metadata only, so you can execute like that. Okay, so that's how we can perform the QA operation over the PDF. Okay, we can create a RAG application. And this is called actually level 1 architecture because it's a experiment. Okay, here we are not creating any kinds of UI. So guys, in this example, we'll be implementing one simple retriever LLM application. Okay, with the help of LangChain. So again, I have given the requirements, so you have to install here. So all the command is mentioned in the readme.md. First of all, install all the requirements, then try to execute. So again, I created a .py file. That means whatever code I have written inside my Jupyter Notebook, I already mentioned inside .py file. So after Jupyter Notebook, also try to execute this .py file. Okay, because there are some people, they are let's say comfortable with the Jupyter Notebook, but when it comes to the development in the .py file, they feel difficulty. Okay, that's why I've written all the code in .py file as well. Okay, so that at least you can get some confidence. Okay, how we can write everything inside .py file. And again, it's a practice, guys. Unless and until you are not practicing, you are not writing the code, things would be more difficult. So please try to write the code. Okay, please try to write the code. Try to write each and every line. Okay, just try to refer my notebook and everything, and try to write the code. Then understanding would be more clear. So first of all, let me load my OpenAI API key. Then I will load my model. Okay, LLM model. Then here. Instead of loading any custom documents, here what I will do, I have created my own data. You can see, okay, I have created my own data. So this is these are some documents actually I have created, and I think you already know LangChain accept actually document format data. Okay, that's why we have made it as a document format everywhere. So this is my page content, and this is the source I have given. So here I have given some dummy source. Okay, like I already told you, if you're opening any PDF documents, it will also show you the source, right? Like which PDF it is referring, which page it is referring. So it will also show you this kinds of metadata. So this is what my data, okay, I prepared. Now, I already told you whenever I was like discussing about the RAG component. So there is one component called retriever, okay? What is retriever? Retriever will give you some like relevant response, okay? As well as the context, like which document it is referring. So this is what actually retriever applications. Let me create. So for this, I need my vector database as well as the embedding model so that I can create the vector embedding and I can store to the vector database. So let me create my vector store. Okay, so it has converted all of my text into vector and it has loaded inside my ChromaDB. Now we can perform the similarity search. I think I showed you what is similarity search. Similarity means it will give you the similar response. Okay, see, similar response it is giving. Okay, now again you can do the similar search operation. So in the similar search, actually you can't see the score. Okay, now if you want to see the score, so you can use this function similarity search with score. Whereas I'm searching John, so with respect to John, okay, whatever, let's say I mean name it is coming, okay, with a score. Okay, so this is the score, similarity score. Now let's try the retriever. So you can create this retriever in two ways. So this is the first way to create the retriever. So you can use this runnable lambda. Inside that, give the vector store similarity search bind is equal k is equal to 1. That means, and what is k parameter? K means like how many response you want to get from your LLM. Okay, let's say I'm giving k is equal to 1. That means it will give me only one response. And you can also execute batch. Let's say you are having multiple name. You can also execute batch. Okay, I already showed you batch execution is already possible. So here I've given two names, John and Robert. Okay, so let me execute. So this is one response I'm getting for the John, and this is one response I'm getting from the Robert. Now, if you're giving two, it will give you two relevant response. See, so for John, two relevant, for Robert, two relevant. Okay. Now this is another way to create the retriever. So you can directly call vector store as retriever. Inside that you can mention the search type similarity. Then like search keyword, that means how many let's say response you want to get. I want to get only one response. Again, I'm running the batch, okay, batch data, John and Robert. So it will give me two response. You can give, if you give two, it will give you two response. Okay. Now, if you want to use this retriever as inside runnable, you can use this LCL technique. So first of all, import, these are the library like runnable pass through and all. So this is my entire message. This is my prompt template. This is my chain. Okay. You can see context is equal to I'm giving retriever. Question is equal to I'm giving this runnable pass through. I think you know what is runnable pass through. Then I'm giving the prompt as well as the LLM. Okay. Then I'm creating the chain. So this is the question I'm asking. Tell me about Jackie. So it will give me the question. It will give me the response about Jackie. Okay. Now here I'm using the LLM. So it will become actually RAG kinds of application. But this is what actually your retriever application. Okay. Retriever means it will give you the retrieved actually response. Okay. So it will give you the source as well as the page content. Okay. So with the help of this concept, we'll be also creating the RAG system. So previously I also showed you how we can create the RAG system. I will also show you. I will show you another project. Okay, there we will be also creating the RAG application, and I already showed you like how to create the RAG application over the PDF, then SQL database. Okay, so these are the RAG application. Guys, now we'll be implementing one RAG application with our level 1 architecture. So here I already prepared everything. So here I have given you the detailed notebook. If you are interested, you can also read it, like what is RAG exactly, okay, and what are the component we are using. I think previously I already discussed, okay, the RAG component, like what are the things we are having inside RAG, everything I've already discussed. So first of all, what you have to do, first of all, just try to connect with your environment. And I already given the .py file. So after executing this Jupyter notebook file, you can execute this .py file as well. That means whatever code I have written here, the same code you will be getting inside .py file. And make sure you install all the requirements, okay, the requirements file I have given you. So first of all, let me load my OpenAI API key. Then I'll be loading my model. Now you can see this is the RAG code, and this code I previously I already showed you, okay, how we can create the RAG with the help of LCL and all, right? So you can see I'm importing all the necessary library like ChromaDB because I need the vector database. Then I need something called text loader because here I'm going to load the TXT file. You can also load PDF file, CSV file, anything you can like load it. Then str output parser, runnable pass through, okay, OpenAI embedding, recursive character splitter, chat prompt template, human message prompt template, okay. So you already are familiar with these are the component I have already explained, right? Now, first of all, let's load the one custom data. So inside data folder, I'm having some data, guys, you can see. So here I'm having some data. So here I'm loading this particular file bgood.txt. Now I'm loading the data, then I'm performing the chunking operation. Then after that, I'm creating the vector embedding. That means I'm converting all of the data to the vector representation and I'm storing to the vector database, and vector database wise I'm using ChromaDB. Okay. Then I'm creating the retriever. Now here we are creating the prompt template. Guys, you can see this is my entire prompt template. Okay, I have prepared. Now here I've created a function called format document because whenever it will perform the retrieve operation, it will give you some relevant answer, but I only need the page content. Okay, I don't need the meta data. Okay, so this particular function will give you the actual content. Okay, now this is the RAG chain we have created with the help of LCL. So you can see this is my runnable pass through. Okay, because of this bracket, and inside that I've given the retriever format documents this particular object, then my question, whatever question user is giving, then it will create the prompt, then LLM, then output parser. Now this is what actually I'm asking, what is this article about? Now see if I execute, so it should give me the response. So guys, you can see this is the response I got. Okay, so that's how guys we can create a actually RAG based system, and previously I already showed you. And this is what actually level 1 architecture, because here we haven't added any kinds of user interface. So guys, now we'll be starting with our level 2 application development. So as I already showed you the architecture, so inside level 2 actually application, what we have large language model orchestration framework. Sometimes you will be using vector database. Okay, that's why whenever you are creating any application that is using your custom documents, that time you can use the vector database. Otherwise you don't need to use it. Okay, and the main component you will be adding inside level 2 application, which is nothing but POC, user interface. That means the application we create with the help of level 2 architecture, this is called POC application, a proof of concept application. So before going actually to the production, we'll be implementing this application and you will be sharing with your manager and let's say your customer. And if they're, let's say, satisfying with the project, that time you will be going with the production level development, which is nothing but level 3 architecture. Okay, so let's see some actually application. I'll show you some couple of applications. So for this we'll be creating the user interface. Okay, then I think this part would be more clear. So guys, the first application I'm going to show you called reduction improver. So this is the application interface, guys. So I have created this interface with the help of Streamlit. Streamlit is a Python package. With the help of that, we can create a web application. Okay, and you can see it is running on the local host. You can also deploy this application. Okay, it is also possible. I will also show you the deployment. Okay, later on. So see, the previous application we created, the level 1 application, there we didn't have any kinds of user interface. So I had to execute the project from my terminal itself. But let's say you are sharing with your manager or let's say your client, so that time they don't have the, let's say, Python environment and all, so they want to, let's say, use your application. That time what to do? So guys, this is the interface I created with the help of Streamlit. Streamlit is a Python framework. With the help of that, we can create a web application without writing any kinds of HTML and CSS code. In case, you can also use Flask. Okay, if you want to, let's say, use Fast API, Django, you can use anything. I will also show you some of the application we'll be also creating with the help of this one, actually Fast API, even Flask as well. So this is the interface. So here first of all, you have to pass your OpenAI API key, because in the backend I'm using OpenAI model, and why, I think I already told you. And here you have to give the draft text. Okay, that means the text you want to, let's say, rewrite. That means, let's say you have one email or let's say any kinds of text. Let's say you want to rewrite that particular let's say text in a formal way, or let's say informal way, let's say in American English or British English. Okay, you can do it. So here I have created a drop down. So here you can select the tone. Okay, tone of that particular, let's say, text, and here you can select the dialect. That means in which let's say language you'd like to take that particular, let's say, text. Okay, or it's American or a British one. Okay, now let me show you how this application will work. For this, I'm going to paste my OpenAI API key. Okay, so this is a password kinds of interface I have created so that nobody can't see that. Okay, now here you can pass the text. So here what I can do, I can copy some text from the internet. You can copy any kinds of text, any kinds of email, it's up to you. So let's say this is the text I have given. Okay, now let's say I want to write this particular text in a formal way. Okay, in a, let's say, a British, okay, British, let's say language. Now let's try to see. Now see guys, this is the formal and British actually region text I got. Now you can also check, let's say I want in a informal. Okay, see, automatically it is executing. So guys, you can see this is the informal way. Okay, so this is the application actually I have created, okay, with the help of level 2 architecture. Now let me show you the code implementation. So here is the code, guys, and how to set up the project I already told you. First of all, create an environment, activate it, and set up all the requirements. Okay, inside requirements I have added Streamlit, LangChain, and LangChain OpenAI. Okay, Now I already have done it. So here you can see, guys, I have created the environment and I already activated. Okay, and to execute this project, you have to execute this main.py. For this, you have to execute this command. So streamlit run main.py. Okay, streamlit run main.py. So if you do it, so what it will do, it will open up that particular application in a browser. Okay, like that. Okay, now here you can pass any kinds of text. Let's say here I've given a demo text. I can copy and here I can paste. Let's say I want to do in a formal way. Okay, see. Okay, that's how you can rewrite that particular text and you can change the tone and everything. Now let me show you the code walkthrough. So most of the code I think you are already familiar with. See, here I've imported all the necessary library and here I've created my prompt template. Now you can read the prompt template. So below is the draft text that may be properly poorly worded. So your goal is to properly redact the draft text, convert the draft text into the specific tone, and convert the draft text into a specific dialect. That means tone, in which tone you need, and the dialect, that means in which language you need it. Okay, then here I have given some example. That means few short prompt. Okay, you can see, and here I've given the input, like that means draft, tone, and dialect. That means these three input, draft, tone, and dialect. Okay, now here I created the prompt template, and this particular function will load the OpenAI model. You can see I'm passing the OpenAI API key. The API key actually I'm passing in the box. Okay, so I'm accepting, and here I'm just passing it. So it will initialize the OpenAI model. Okay, then after that I'm setting the page header. Okay, you can see rewrite your text, rewrite your text. Okay, so here is the page header. So this one and this one. Okay, so if you want to set the page header with the help of Streamlit, you have to write like that, st.set page config and header. Got it? Then here I'm creating two column. Okay, why creating two column? Because if I show you, so here if I show you, so see, this is one column and this is another column. That means left column I'm just writing rewrite your text in a different style, this one, and the right column I'm just giving my social media link. You can say subscribe to GS with Bappy. Okay, now here I'm taking one markdown. That means here people will pass the OpenAI API key. So here's the markdown. Okay, enter your OpenAI API key. So here people will pass the OpenAI API key. Then how to take the OpenAI API key? So for this, I've created this function. So you can see I'm taking text input. That means this is the text input. Okay, and I'm setting it to the password type. Okay, you can see it's a password type. Okay, then I'm calling this particular function and it will give me OpenAI API key. Okay, that's it. Now here I'm creating another markdown. Enter the text you want to rewrite. Okay, this one. Enter the text you want to rewrite. Okay, and then I'll be creating a text box again. So you can see I'm creating this text box again. Again, it's a text type text box. Now again, I'm creating this particular function object. Then here I've written another actually logic. I'm checking the length of the text you are providing. Let's say if your let's say sentence is having more than 700 word, that time actually it will stop, because you need to only give less than actually maximum of 700 word. Okay, not more than that. If you want to, let's say, take more than that, you can also remove this particular logic. It's up to you. Okay, then I'm creating again two column. Okay, one is for the formal or informal, that means tone, and another for the dialect. Okay, this one. So this box and this box. Okay, now finally I'm just creating my application, rewrite your text. So here you can see this is the output, and here is the final logic. So first of all, I'm checking whether people has given any draft input or not. That means this input or not. Okay, if the people have given this input, I'm checking the OpenAI API key. They have provided the OpenAI API key or not. If they're not providing, I'm giving one warning. Then I'm loading my LLM. I'm preparing the prompt, and all the input I'm passing one by one. That means your option, tone, open dialog, and draft input. Then I'm passing to the LLM. Okay, LLM is giving the, let's say, response, and this response I'm writing, okay, in the output console. So this is the simple application I created, okay, with the help of Streamlit and with the help of our level 2 architecture. Got it? So very simple. Just go through the code and try to execute in your system. You will be able to understand. So now let's see any other application. Okay, we can implement with the help of level 2 architecture. So guys, the next project I'll show you called blog post generator. So here this is the interface, and again I use this Streamlit to create the interface. So here also you just need to pass your OpenAI API key. So let me pass the OpenAI API key. Fine. You can also see the API key, okay, by clicking on the button. Now here you can pass any kinds of topic. Okay, so let's give any topic. So here I will give, let's say I want to generate the post related Python. See, by default it is generating one because inside my template I have given the prompt. Okay, if user is not giving anything, so by default it will generate something. Now see if I give anything, okay, any topic. So now if I hit enter, so it should generate the blog post for that particular topic. Okay, see, this is the blog post actually my application has generated. You can also specify the number of tokens, like how many tokens you need from the LLM. Okay, in the prompt you can specify. I can give any kinds of, let's say, a topic name. Let's say I will give Tesla. Okay, enter. Now it will generate the Tesla related blog for me. Okay, see, got it. Now let me go through the code. So here is the code, guys. Again, the same way you have to set up the project. Okay, all the guideline I have given, and after that you can execute this command, streamlit run main.py. It will execute. Then here I'm importing the package. I'm setting the page configuration like this one. Okay, blog post generator, you can see. Then I'm creating the title. I'm passing the OpenAI API key, and this is the function I have written for the generate response. So it will take the topic name, it will initialize the LLM. This is the prompt I have given. Okay, this is the prompt template. And after getting the prompt template, actually I'm creating this, I'm passing it to my LLM. Okay, and here I'm specifying like how many tokens I need, and whatever response I'm getting, I'm just writing on my Streamlit app. Okay, now here I'm checking if my topic name is given or not. Okay, if it is given, I'm checking the API key, whether my OpenAI API key is given or not. If not there, I'm sending the warning. Otherwise, if it is set, I'm calling this particular function. Okay, generate response function. And this is how your application is working. Okay, now you are feel free to change this template. Okay, any kinds of thing you can change, any kinds of functionality you can add. Okay, it's up to you. So now let's see another project with the help of level 2 architecture. So this is another application. This application can actually summarize a long text. Let's say you have a very big file and you want to summarize that time you can use this particular application, because sometimes what happens if you pass any bigger documents to the ChatGPT won't be able to summarize that because it has some limit, right? But here you have actually one functionality called splitter. I think I showed you the splitter, right? With the help of that, you can create a small chunks and you can summarize the entire text. So let me show you one example. So for this, I'm going to pass my API key. So this is my API key, and here you have to upload one file. Okay, as of now I've kept a txt file. You can also give PDF file. Okay, any kinds of file. So this file is available. So here I have one data file. So inside that I have some, actually you can say, text. Now let me upload this file. Now see, this application is running, and after some times you will see the summary. See, this is the summary actually I got. I can upload any kinds of file. Okay, it's up to you. Now let's see how it is working. See, I'm using the same template previously I used. So this is the code and how to set up. Here I have given everything in the readme file. So I'm importing some necessary library, you can see. Then I'm creating a function. This will return the LLM and the page header and all. I'm creating two column. One is for the left side, okay, this side. Another is for the this side, right side. Okay, the same thing, the previous template I used. Okay, see, most of the code are same. So open API key, markdown. Then see, from here actually our actual implementation start. So first of all, I'm just checking whether user has uploaded any file or not. If uploaded, I'm extracting the data. Okay, after that I'm storing here. Then I'm checking the length, whether it is having 2000 tokens or not. Okay, here I'm giving that condition. You can also ignore it. If you want, let's say, more than 2000 words, you can also do it. Then I'm checking if a file is uploaded. Now OpenAI API key is given or not. Okay, if not, I'm sending the warning. Then if it is passed, okay, then what I'm doing, I'm doing the recursive character test splitter. I think you know what is recursive character test splitter. It will create a smaller chunks, okay, of your entire document, and it will give you the splitted documents. Then I'm loading the LLM, then creating the chain, okay, summarize chain with the help of load summarize chain from the LangChain. Okay, because inside LangChain we have different kinds of chain, I think showed you, and we're using legacy LangChain here. Okay, now the chain we have created, I'm passing my splitted documents inside that, and it will give me the summary, and this summary actually I'm writing on my Streamlit app. Okay, so this is what actually we're implementing. Now simply go through the code and execute from your system. Okay, definitely this part would be more clear. So this is another application, the similar text summarization, but here we are not going to upload the file. Instead, we can like, let's say, pass the text in this particular text box. So let me show you one example. So again, I'm going to copy my OpenAI API key. So here I can pass it, but before that, I think I have to pass my text. Okay, so let me copy one specific text over the internet. So let's say this is one story. I'll copy, and here I will pass. You can take any story, okay, anything, you can pass it here. Now you can pass the OpenAI API key. So let me copy my API key. Yeah, and I will pass it. Then I'll simply submit it. Now you can see this is the summary I got. Now let's see the implementation. So this is the code, guys, and here I've written the guide how to set up this project. See, all the project are same. If you can set up one project, rest of the project you can also set up. Now again, I'm importing some necessary library, and here you can see this is the function generate response. So initializing the OpenAI API key, I'm using the character test splitter. First of all, I'm splitting the entire documents. Okay, then whatever documents actually I'm getting, I'm passing it to my chain. Okay, the load summarization, the previous project I was also using. Then setting the page headed title and the input area. Okay, this is the input area. Okay, then the OpenAI API key, actually you can see. So here I'm taking the OpenAI API key. Then I'm checking whether this submitted button has been clicked or not. Okay, if clicked, I'm checking also OpenAI API key is available or not. If there, then I'm calling this generate function. Okay, then whatever result actually I'm getting, I'm appending in this list because it is happening in a different chunks. Okay, that's why I'm adding all the summary, and I'm actually showing it to my front end, and whatever API key user has given, I'm deleting it. Okay, this is the idea. Now you can simply go through the code and you can execute in your system. It would be more clear. So guys, this is another application called extract key information from product reviews. So here, if you pass any kinds of product reviews, it will extract some information like sentiment, how long it took to deliver, it was, its price and all about. Okay, so these are the information it can extract. Even you can also like customize it. Let's say you need any other information, first name, last name, you can also do it. Got it? Now here, let me show you the demo. So first of all, let's pass my OpenAI API key. So I'll copy my API key, and here I'm going to pass it. Okay, then here you have to give the product review. So what I will do, I will open up my Amazon, and this is, let's say, one books actually, programming robots with ROS. Okay, ROS. Now if you go to this actually reviews, okay, customer reviews, so here you will get different reviews. Now what you can do, you can copy this particular reviews. Okay, and you can pass to my application. Let's see the product reviews actually, whether it's a positive sentiment or negative. Okay, it will try to tell me. If I pass it, and if I press enter, control and enter, so now it is executing. Okay, now you can see this is the output I got. Sentiment is positive, how long it to deliver, no information provided, and how was the price. Okay, it is also not provided. That means in the review, actually these are the information. If it is mentioned, it will also tell you here. Okay, so in this review it is not there, that's why it is actually, you can see, unknown. Got it? So that's how actually you can give different product and you can get the reviews. Okay, now let's see the implementation. So again, I showed you the guideline how we can set up the project, and this is the implementation. I'm using the same template. Okay, now you can see importing some library, and this is my entire prompt template I have created. Prompt template, loading the LLM, setting the page header, creating the column for this one, left side and right side. Okay, then getting the markdown, getting the OpenAI API key, and then getting the reviews. That means here I'm getting the reviews. Okay, then after that I'm checking the length, whether it is having 700 word or not, and if reviews has provided, checking the OpenAI API key. If not, sending the warning. Otherwise, loading the LLM, whatever prompt actually I'm getting, I'm passing to the LLM. LLM is giving the response. This response I'm writing in my Streamlit app. Okay, so this is what I have implemented. Now please go through the code and try to execute. It would be more clear. So guys, now we are going to deploy our project to the cloud platform, and this is going to be the common deployment, guys, for all the project actually will be implementing. If you have any kinds of Streamlit app, guys, you can follow the same technique to do the deployment. Okay, so going forward, I'm not going to create a deployment video separately. Instead of that, this video I'll try to redirect so you can refer for the deployment. So the pipeline actually I'm going to show you, the pipeline will remain same for all the app will be developing in future. Only the change you have to do the project. Okay, so let's say the project actually I'm going to use this particular project. So this project I'm going to show deploy, okay, over the AWS cloud. So this is just a basic Streamlit app, guys. You can see if I show you the app.py. So here I just written one header screen. Okay, that's it. Now here you just need to upload your project in the GitHub. Okay, the project actually we have developed. Okay, this one, this project actually we have developed. This project you have to upload in the GitHub. Okay, then after that you have to follow the same deployment pipeline I'm going to follow. Okay, but one thing, guys, you will see that whenever you are creating any kinds of Agentic or GenAI application, you have this .env file. Okay, you have this .env file, and whenever we commit our code to the GitHub, this env file won't be uploaded there. So how we can get this env file? Okay, for this we'll be adding some additional code in the code base. So let's open up our app.py. So see, this is the common step, guys. Always remember this step you have to add. Okay, if you're using .env file, then so this is the code, guys, you have to add here. Let me show you. I can add it here. Yeah, so this is the code. So here we'll be using something called gdown package. So gdown is a package. With the help of that we can download anything from the Google Drive. So let me just add it here, because I'm going to upload my .env file in my Google Drive. From there we'll try to get the file before executing my app. So first of all, let me install it. Okay, then what I will do, I'll just try to install the requirement again. It's done. Now what I will do, I'll add my environment here, printer. Now see, you have to upload this .env file in the Google Drive. So let me upload. Done. Now you have to give the public at now you have to change the so now you have to change the permission. So copy the link, manage access, anyone with the link. Okay, make sure you give anyone with the link. Okay, by default it will be restricted. Now just copy the link and paste it here, and just copy this ID. Okay, I need the ID. So this is the ID. So this is the ID. Copy and mention it here. Okay, so what this code will do, it will download this env file from the Google Drive itself. Okay, and it will save as a .env file. Okay, and this is the code. With the help of gdown we are doing that. Okay, so you can execute and you can test. So I already have it, I'm not going to execute it. Now we can start the deployment. Okay, now the deployment step I'm going to show you guys, you have to follow the same technique. Fine. So let's open up our deployment step. See here what we are going to do. So first of all, we'll be logging with our AWS console, and we'll launch our EC2 instance. Then we'll be running the following commands. That means we'll be using Docker service here. First of all, we'll try to install Docker in the EC2 instance. Then we'll be cloning our repository. Then we'll be building the Docker image of our entire source code. Then we'll run this application. Okay, you can see we'll be running this application as a container. Okay, and here we'll be doing the port mapping and all. So these are the some steps, guys, we're going to follow. So let me show you how it can be done. So first of all, let open up our AWS account. So this is my AWS account. So here make sure you have selected your region. So I'm inside US East 1. Okay, now here I'm going to launch a EC2 instance. And let's launch the instance. I will select the Ubuntu machine, and here you can give the name. So this is my agent app, and instance type at least take 4 GB memory. So I can take this one, T2 medium. Key value pair, if you have, you can select it, otherwise you can create one. So I already have, so what I'll do, I'll just try to add a old one and allow HTTP traffic. Okay, then after that storage configure 8 GB is fine. Okay, because here we are not saving lots of artifacts, so 8 GB storage is fine. Now let's launch the instance. Done. Now I'll click on view all instance. Now see, my instance is running. Now I have to do the port mapping, because by default it runs port number 8501. So you have to do the port mapping. So go to the security groups, and here you will see one option called edit and bound rules, add rules, custom TCP, port number 8501. You can see that 8501 here. Now I'll add 00 because I want to access from any file, and let's save the rule. Now I'll go to the instance again, go inside. Now let's connect. And make sure, first of all, guys, you commit your code to your GitHub. Okay, just upload your code to the GitHub, then just try to clone. See, I'm using this project, just a basic template I created just to show you the deployment, because I told you this deployment step would be common for all the project. Okay, that's why I'm using this particular template. Now here I just need to execute these are the command. First of all, let's update the machine. Then copy the second command. Yes, permission. Yeah, so it's done. Now I'll copy the next one. So now we'll install the Docker. Okay, so it's complete. Now I will copy the next command. Then this command. So now we have to clone our repository, but before that I will check whether Docker got installed or not. So Docker happen version. Okay, you can see Docker is running. So now let's clone the repo. So how to clone? So copy the link address and paste the link. Just write git clone. And one thing I forget to tell you, see, you have to add the Docker file here. Okay, you can see I have added a Docker file. If you want to build a Docker image, so in the Docker file, you have to write this content. And here you just replace with your Python version. Let's say I'm using 3.12. Just give only 3.12. Okay, and everything would be as it is. No need to change anything. Okay, so this Docker file you have to add, guys. Otherwise, image won't be built up. Okay, so you can see this is cloned. Now if I show you ls, see this is already cloned. Now I'll go inside that cd streamlit streamlit. Now inside that I have all the files and folder. Now what I have to do, I have to build a Docker image, and to build a Docker image, this is the command. So let's copy, and you can give the name. Okay, so here I've given st app. You can give any kinds of name as per your project. So let's build a Docker image. So now see guys, image is building. So it will take some time. I will wait. Once it is complete, I will come back. So guys, you can see my image is built up. So now if you want to see the image, so you can execute this command docker images -a. So this will show you the image actually you have built. Okay, now I can execute the image as a container. So this is the command. So let's execute this command. So make sure you are giving your image name here. Okay, and we are doing the port mapping, and we are running our application in a detached mode. So now if I execute, see your application is running, and if you close the terminal also, still it will be running. Okay, so if you want to test, just come here, go to the public IP address, paste it here, and give port number 8501. And see guys, your app is running. So that's how guys we can do the deployment of any kinds of this kinds of application. If you are creating a streamlit application, we can deploy like that. Okay, and it is running as a container. So if I also close this terminal also, okay, this app would be still running. Okay, yeah. So I hope guys you got it, how we can create these kinds of project and how we can deploy. Now going forward, we'll be implementing some more project, and this deployment step will remain common, okay, for all the implementation. So now I want to show you how we can terminate all the instance. So go to the instance, select the instance and terminate and delete. So it will remove everything. Okay, So yes guys, this is all about from this video. I hope you liked it. Thank you so much guys for watching this video, and I will see you next time.